Let's see what's under this lid. A beautiful pound cake and strawberry glaze to top our pound cake for dessert. And this is what we're working with today. Look at this, y'all. Look at that. Freshly picked this morning. Happy Saturday, y'all. It's Lippy. It's a beautiful day. Yesterday evening, yeah, got a little nasty. So our baseball game got canceled. But what'd you think of when I started the video? I got up, made a fresh pound cake because I knew that Mr. Buddy and Cameron was going right up the road to the strawberry farm and picked us a flat of strawberries. Now I want y'all to see these. Look at this. It's all I can do to hold one in my hand. Look at this. Now, I did, of course, now they've been eating on them, but we've got a little platter. I didn't wash. Now I've got them sitting out just like they would, you know, at the farm for them to rinse and eat on. But we're going to make strawberry jam. And I think I already showed y'all I had some strawberry, we call it glaze. I cut a few, cooked it down. That's going to go over our pound cake. That is going to be dessert for our Saturday. Instead of Sunday, we're having a Saturday late lunch. But video is strawberry preserves. Now, I've already got my jars washed, sterilized. I've checked them. It's the first thing you want to do. But in this recipe, we're going to work with 6 pounds. You can cut this in half. And what I did was I used a scale. I put my bowl on the scale, zeroed it out, and brought it to 6 pounds with the green on. And the reason why I do that is I want to get a full, accurate reading as if the stems were on, because the old recipes, they would leave the stems on and they would measure out by hand. I would see my mom, especially my Aunt Hazel, she was the real fruit preserve, and she would take these and she'd take them in her hand with the leaf on and call that a cup. So that is how I measure. I know it's crazy, but guys, it works. Now, I'm sure you can look in your ball books for a lot of strawberry preserve recipes, but the one that I do does not have any pectin. Why is that? Just like on the kumquat marmalade, if you've watched that video, which was hilarious. It's 220 degrees Fahrenheit. That is the temperature for my altitude that I need to reach in order for the natural pectin of the fruit to congeal. Therefore, I don't have to use pectin. Now, if you're as of 1,000 feet above your sea level, deduct 2 degrees, meaning you would have to reach 218 degrees Fahrenheit. If you're 2,000 above sea level feet, then you would have yours at 216 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm at 220 degrees Fahrenheit. So from 0 to 1,000, you want to reach 220. 1,000 to 2,000, 218, and so on. So take note of that. That is our sweet spot. And yeah, use old rags. Look. I call that my berry rag. So I'm going to drop the camera. All I did was weigh out my strawberries, and I did not destem them because I need to rinse them. And yes, I rinse them with the stems on, because what I'm going to use my solution to wash them in, I do not want them going into the berry. This is stupid simple. So I got a lot happening, guys. We got hamburger steak, rice, and gravy and green beans. I have rolls rising in the oven. We've already got deviled eggs and a cut up cantaloupe. It's gonna be a good dinner. But right now, I gotta get these strawberries going. Okay, I don't know how much water it's gonna take. I just have a gallon pitcher here, and I wanna bring my water up to cover these strawberries. I should have got my larger bowl out, but I think this is gonna work. Okay, let's see where we're at. Oh yeah, I barely had enough room. Now, like I said, this is a double batch. This is 6 cups. You can cut it in half. Now, to this, remember, I did not wash them. I'm gonna add about 1/3 cup of vinegar. And I'm gonna add a teaspoon of baking soda. This is the non-aluminum baking soda. Okay, and I'm just gonna start mixing it around. That's all I'm gonna do. And we're gonna let this sit about 5 minutes. What this is gonna do, it's going to remove if there was any pesticides, which this is an organic farm, they say. My eyes are not there. I'm gonna go on the lines of trusting. But for my security, I wanna make sure that if there is any pesticides or anything on these strawberries, this solution will remove them. Okay, 5 minutes, and then we're gonna rinse them very well and get to cutting them up. That's the most time consuming. We got just a few minutes left before we rinse these strawberries, but you're gonna need 10 cups of sugar. Now this is pure cane sugar. Remember, that's 6 cups of strawberries. You need 10 cups of sugar. You can cut this in half. 3 pounds of strawberries, 5 cups of sugar. But this is a double batch. And you're gonna need 2/3 cup pure lemon juice. This is the brand that I use. So to my recipe, 10 cups of sugar, 2/3 cup of lemon juice, 6 pounds of strawberries. And that's it, guys. This is so, so simple. Now, not all fruit carry a natural pectin to stabilize and congeal. So, you gotta look that up. I have a cheat sheet in my ball book, but I know that a citrus, I know that a strawberry will carry their own pectin. And I also do my blackberries too, but not my blueberries. So I thought I'd just share that with you, but here is the general recipe, and all I'm gonna do is go rinse these. That's it. We're nearing the end, and I only found 2 bad berries. Not bad at all, y'all. All right, we have 2 more. Okay, there's all our scraps right there. Oh, got a leaf. Okay, yeah, y'all can see pretty good. Let me get my hands clean. Okay, we're gonna go in with our sugar. Hope this pot will hold it. I needed a heavy pot because I'll be cooking this down a good long while. Oh yeah, I think it'll take it. Look there. It did. Now, as this sets, this is gonna release the natural juices, okay? Trying to get it all covered. Perfect. I want to get my hands washed. Okay, I'm gonna set this over on the counter. I've got my clean towel here, and I'm gonna cover it. 2 reasons. 1, I got a fly in the kitchen again. 2nd reason, I got a fly in the kitchen. Y'all, these flies about to drive me nuts. All right, 3 hours. About an hour from now, I'm gonna kind of stir it, because see, it's gonna start releasing those juices. So about every hour, just come in and stir it, start folding it in. And let me tell you what, this is actually the key to it all. Okay, now we're not doing the lemon juice yet. I've set that into the ice box. That'll come once we start getting this cooked down. So I got a sticky mess to clean up. It's been 2 hours, y'all, and look at this. This is what you're wanting. Now, I'm not stirring this like crazy. I'm just folding it because I don't want to tear those cut pieces of strawberry. So in 1 more hour, we're going to be putting this up on the stove and making us some preserves. But I wanted to come back and let y'all see this is what you're looking for. I'm starting my heat off on a number 8 just to get a good simmer, kind of almost a low boil coming up. Once I get that low boil coming up, I'll turn it down from an 8 to about a 6 because I still want it to maintain an even cooking. And I'm not even going to start checking the temperature for at least 30 minutes. Now, for the first few minutes till we're getting to that boil, you want to constantly stir that bottom because there is sugar. What that sugar will do is stick. So, that's where we're at. Okay, you see how it's starting to make that bubble? And it will froth, so you want to start stirring. Now, I'm not putting butter in this. I just turned it down to number 5. I am not putting butter in this for that froth, that foam. I will skim that off. Now that the heat is going down, you see that rapid boil dissipated. And now I'm just going to stand here and watch it. And as it starts to come up to temp, you'll notice these berries actually start sinking further and further. See, this is why you don't walk away from it. And that's all I'm going to do. Then as it settles down, I will take a ladle and I will start removing this. Because we're not just doing the preserves. I'm going to cook down the liquid when I get through jarring the preserves up and make strawberry syrup. Okay, we're going to have a ways to go. We're probably only about 180 degrees, if that. Okay, we have reached 220 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, I did go in and remove, like I said, a lot of this froth. And I'm fine with it where it's at because, remember, I will reduce the juice to make a thicker syrup. So, we're going to get this up and get our station set. We're going to ladle this up. Okay, over here we've got our strawberries. And I'm going to tell you, it cooks down. Now, let me get me a hot jar. Off camera, I actually have a pot of hot water. And as I take a jar out, I set a jar back in. Because we have hot going into hot, and I do have my water bath canner, which is a steam canner. I've got my 2 quarts of water coming up to temp. So I'm only going to do 2 scoops of the actual strawberry. Then I'm going to come in and I'm going to ladle the rest with just the juice. So I'll actually be running my canner twice. And I'm leaving about a 1/2 inch headspace. And I don't need to debubble this. All I have to do is tap it. That's it. Now, you can debubble, but it's so much liquid, and by just bouncing it on this bar mat, it works just fine. Now, this is just vinegar on a rag. I'm cleaning the rim, double checking. I do have my flats in hot water, but not boiling water. Just hot water. And this is hot. Put my ring on. 1 down. And let's see how many more. Let's do 1 more together. Okay. I try to get the juice off. And like I said, I do 2 to a jar. 2 scoops of this, and then I come back in with the juice. But guys, I'm going to tell you, when we go and put this juice back on the stove and we reduce it down, about 230 to 235 degrees, it's going to make a thick syrup. So then you can use it, you know, pancakes, whatever you want to use it on. Or as I do, I use it in cakes and recipes. There you go. Let's just tap it down, and it's very hot. All right, I'll get the rest of them going. Like I said, I think I'm going to end up with 9.5 pints. And my method of preserves may be different than others. But in the ball book, you can, there's plenty of recipes in there. Or in your Sure Gel packet, there's recipes in there. But isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. All right, let me get the rest of these going. Okay, I was able to fit 12 half pints. This is a steam canner. It works just like your water bath canners. We're going to process for 20 minutes. The time does not begin until your water begins to have a rolling boil, or if you're using a steam canner, this dial will go to your mark for your altitude. But either way, once I get to my mark, or if you're using a water bath canner, you start timing after you reach a rapid boil for 20 minutes. Okay, we got about 2 minutes, and I'll be turning the canner off, and I'm gonna let it sit 3 to 5 minutes. Then I'll lift the lid, and then I'll pull my jars. But I forgot to turn the camera on. Do not forget your 2/3 cup lemon juice. I had set the pot on the stove. Before I hit the button, I'd done dumped my 2/3 cup. So when you are finished with the 3 hours of it sitting and you put your pot on the stove, that is when you add your 2/3 cup lemon juice before you start cooking it down to reach your temp, which mine is 220 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm sorry, but in the description, I'll have the recipe. But don't forget your lemon juice. Now, I'm not sure if y'all can see, but what's in that pot is the leftover syrup. I am reducing it by half. I should get about probably 3 jelly jars. Yeah, about 3 jelly jars. But once it reduces by half, I will fill these jelly jars up. And there you have it. Fresh strawberry preserves. Picked this morning, processed, and we're finishing at 7 p.m. at night. But just think about it. This morning they were sitting on a vine. Now they're sitting in a jar for my family to enjoy. So I hope you like this recipe. I hope it was easy to follow. Like I said, oops, hang on. Once you see your syrup start cresting, and now it's been going about 15 minutes. It just now started cresting. That tells me that that pectin is congealing. It's coming to the top. So by me turning it down and I'm looking at it, it's already reduced by 1/4. I need to reduce it by 1/2. And I'll just put it in hot jars and process it for 20 minutes, just like I did these. All right, tomorrow is Garden Update, Sunday. So the ones that's following me in the garden, look for that video. This will post late. I apologize. It's been a busy day. But as always, stay safe, stay well, and God bless. And I'll see you on the next one tomorrow. That's right, Garden Update. Bye, y'all.